Hey guys, this is Julie from Crafty Beach on YouTube, and I have a quick, easy Dollar Tree DIY for spring. We're going to be using one of these wood signs. I actually got mine on clearance at Target Dollar Spot, but they have the same exact sign at Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to cut down a piece of cardstock. It's almost the same size as a regular sheet of paper, so it'll fit in there. And we're going to be using these little wood Sola roses from Dollar Tree. Now the cardstock is only going to be used because we're going to be painting these, and I don't want to overspray the flowers and get it on the back of our display. And so this is going to be kind of a temporary thing to attach them to so that we can paint them. And I want to paint them with like a pretty like spring ombre pattern. And so I kind of laid out a little bit more than I needed. You get about 4 of these in each package, and they are a little bit all different sizes. But you'll see here how many we end up actually using. I do 5 across. That fits pretty well on the size. Paper that is the same as the frame. And I'm just using a little bit of hot glue on the base of those just to make them stand up. It's just going to be, again, just a temporary thing so that we can paint them. So I'm just kind of touching them, lining them all up in rows, and I want to do like a fade of pinks to white on this. I thought that'd be really pretty. So as you can see, I did a total of 6 rows, 5 across, so a total of 30 of these, and they come 4 in a package. So if you're going to make one the same size, you'll kind of know how many to buy. Now I'm going to use spray paint for mine. I went to Home Depot and I picked up like a bright pink, a light pink, and then I already had like a white color, and I think that I can do a really easy ombre with the spray paint. I've never tried this technique for ombre, but it worked really well. So I just painted the first 2 rows with the brightest pink, and then we're going to paint the next 2 rows with that soft color pink. And it's okay if you overspray. You're going to want that like, ombre effect between one shade to the next. And then the bottom 2 I did with this, it's kind of a sand dollar white color. And you can kind of go back in there. I kind of went back in there with the lighter color pink to kind of make it blend in a little bit more with the white at the bottom. But I think that looks pretty good. So I'm glad that I put them on paper first, because you can see there is lots of overspray, and that would have went all over the back of the sign if we would have went ahead and attached it. So kind of an extra step, but it was necessary. But now they're all painted perfectly for how I want to align them on my sign. So I'm going to start right here in the middle just so I can kind of have some control about centering them. It doesn't really matter which one you're going to use in sequence as long as you're using like your right row. And then I'm going to do the same thing here at the bottom. And I thought I would do like a row up. That way I can get them all evenly spaced without doing like one row at a time. Now I found that if I put a little hot glue on the bottom, those little fingertip protectors for hot glue worked perfectly to kind of hold the wood flower up while the hot glue dried without it tipping over. So that's what I used on these, and it worked out pretty well. So now that I got like the spacing vertically, I can go ahead and start doing my rows. So I just did my brightest pink. As you can see, like this is more like of a medium pink from the 2 different shades of pink mixing together there. And it's just a matter of hot gluing them. Standing them up if you need to, if they're starting to tip over a little bit with the little finger protectors worked really well. And to get it off the cardstock, I just kind of peeled it off and kind of cut off the excess paper. Having that little bit of paper on the bottom actually made it have like a little bit of a flatter bottom and made it a little bit easier to glue to my sign. And so we're just going to finish off our final row of wood roses. They are white. And I think this turned out so pretty for spring. You could hang it, you can lean it up against something, so many options. I don't think it needs anything else. I think it is perfect as is. And how springy is that? If you'd like more spring or Dollar Tree DIYs, you should check out my YouTube channel at Crafty Beach. Happy crafting!